Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be starting a new series, which is pretty common here on YouTube, but I have a lot of fun watching these videos. I thought I'd give it a try. I'm going to be doing Reddit reactions. So for today's video, we're going to be doing some Am I the A-hole stuff from r/Am I the A-hole on Reddit. So let's go ahead and get into it. Am I the A-hole for not answering the door when my ex's mom showed up at my apartment unannounced? This happened a couple of years ago, but I was talking about crazy mother-in-law stories with a friend, and she thinks I was an asshole. I have sole custody of my children. My ex and his family live about a 9-hour drive from me. One day at around 9 a.m., there was a knocking on my bedroom window. I peek through the bottom of the blinds and just see a woman's sneakers. So I peek higher and make eye contact with my ex's mom. All I could think is WTF. The apartments where I live are gated, so anybody can drive onto the property, just not go into the buildings without a key. Which means ex's mom couldn't knock on my door because she couldn't enter my building. Anyway, now that she's seen me, I change, go see why she's there. Only reason why she has my address is because a few months back, she asked to mail some stuff for the kid, and I dumbly gave her my address. She tells me she was in the neighborhood. I asked her why she didn't call me before arriving, and she said it was a last-minute decision. I let her in, and she sees the kid for a bit. When she leaves, I tell her next time she needs to give me a heads up before arriving, and I'm not talking 10 minutes before. I need at least 1 week notice. Fair. So this is where I might be the a-hole. About 4 months later, she pulls this stunt again. When I hear the tapping on my window, I know exactly who it is. I don't bother looking out the window. She starts calling me. After the 5th call, I answer. She tells me to open up because she wants to see the kids. I'm like, what? I'm not even home. Why didn't she tell me she was coming? I'm 45 minutes away visiting my dad with the kids. She demands dad's address. I refuse to give it to her. I tell her I have no idea when I will be home. Yes, complete lie. Anyway, she doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm home. Again, says it was a last-minute decision. I hang up on her. I'm getting texts from ex demanding I let his mom see the kids. I tell him what I told her. I'm not home. Well, why would she expect you to be home if she didn't call you? Make it make sense. Imagine my surprise when I hear the police banging on my door a few minutes later. I don't answer. I get a call from a random number, the police officer. He is there to perform a wellness check because ex's mom hasn't heard from me in 3 days and she's extremely worried. So according to him, it's illegal not to answer the door when a police officer knocks. I tell him she is lying. I just spoke to her on the phone. She showed up unannounced. I made it clear to her not to do that, and I'm out with my family and I don't need to come back just because she showed up unannounced. She is ex's mom and I don't have to talk to her. After that phone call, I get a text from ex calling me an a-hole and how hard it would have been to let his mom see the kids when she drove all the way there just to see them. She was gonna drive all the way there. She should have let you know before she got there. Just like you had said, you warned her. I want to make it clear, I don't mind her visiting. I don't mind her being around my kids, but I can't stand her showing up unannounced and demanding to see my kids like that. It was like she's on a weird power trip. Like, people like this just don't make sense to me. Why in your right mind would you think it's okay to just show up, peek through the window? That's weird. That's like stalker behavior. It doesn't matter if your grandkids live in that house. You have to contact the parent. She's got full custody of the kids. She said she doesn't have a problem with the mother-in-law being there and seeing the kids. Like, nobody shows up to houses unannounced. Like, it's just rude. How was she supposed to know if you were there or not? Which you clearly weren't. Anyways, not the asshole. Am I the a-hole for calling my friend's husband a useless piece of shit? I really like this title, so I wanted to read this one. My best friend and her husband have 4 kids. 8 female, 6 female, 4 female, and 3 female. Full house of girls. My friend's husband is a great dad when someone is there to help. When he's all alone with all 4 kids, he gets overwhelmed and freezes. A few weeks ago, my friend was so sick, so I brought over dinner. We thought it was just a bad cold. When we were eating, my friend went to the bathroom and the 3-year-old followed her. 3-year-old came running out saying her mom was throwing up. Ugh. All of the kids ran to the bathroom, followed by me and my friend's husband. I helped her clean up while her husband went to get her nausea medicine and a thermometer. When he came back, I asked him to get the kids out of the bathroom so she could have some space. After we got the kids out, I took her temperature and it came back almost 104. So I went out to get her some Tylenol and water. I get back and the kids are all in the bathroom again because their dad can't keep them away from the bathroom for 2 minutes. I give her the Tylenol and water and she almost immediately starts to vomit again, then passes out. Her husband just stood there while I was trying to get her into recovery position, get the kids away from her, and call 911. I feel bad because he might not be good at dealing with these situations, but it's not really a time where you can just freeze up. You have to just go straight help mode because it's his wife. Come on, it's his wife, and he's not just gonna sit there and do nothing, but we see that he did. So I managed to get all of them out of the bathroom, and her husband is coming back every 20 seconds after if I can call their nanny to help with the kids, if I can go to the hospital with her. Did I start the dishwasher, or does he need to hand wash the youngest sippy cup? When my friend regained consciousness, he even started asking her how to do the bedtime for the little ones. What do you mean? They live in the same house? He is the dad? What do you mean, how do I do the bedtime? When my friend regained consciousness, he even started asking her how to do the bedtime for the little ones. Did she wash their pajamas yet? And did they get screen time that day? Or can he put on a movie? Is that really important right now? I told him his wife couldn't hold his hand right now. Kind of ate up. He just had to figure it out. He told me he's not usually the one that deals with this and he's trying his best. Then goes back to asking what stories the kids like. What setting does he put the sound machine on? And how do they like their milk? I just snapped and told him to figure out on his own and called him a useless piece of shit. It's been nearly a month and he still acts all pissy when I stop by the house. My friend says he'll get over it, but my boyfriend thinks I was unnecessarily rude and he was trying his best. I'll break up with the boyfriend. Am I the a-hole for calling him a useless piece of shit? He couldn't handle his own kids while his wife was experiencing a medical emergency. No. And I was kind of on his side for a little bit just because, in a stressful situation, focusing can sometimes be hard. But he didn't know anything about his kids. He's like, I'm not used to doing all this stuff. So you're telling me, in all the times he had 4 kids, he never helped with giving them food, tucking them into bed, reading them a story? Please. Am I the a-hole for scolding my niece and not letting her play with my son's toys? The a-hole for scolding my niece, 4 female. She keeps destroying my son's, 1 male, toys. He has a few ball pit balls that I bought for him and my niece keeps biting holes in them. I had some foam mats that I'd put in the floor and she would bite pieces of foam off the mats and leave bite marks in them. She keeps trying to tear the little shaped pieces off his walker and has left teeth marks in those too. How's got a biting problem? So far, I'm thinking this is still a little girl. I think we need to teach her not to bite things. She's not teething. That doesn't really matter, I think. Last time she did this, I scolded her and told her not to put her mouth on someone else's toys because that's gross. Yeah, that is gross. Germs, especially on the mat. That's disgusting. Can you imagine how many feet? Ew. She ignored me, so I raised my voice at her and sent her back to her mama's work area. I sent her mom a message about her destroying the toys and to please have a talk with her about it. Fair. My brother, 34 male niece's dad, came into my room and got in my face angry. When he asked what toys she destroyed, I showed him the little ball pit balls, the foam mats, and the teeth marks in his other toys. My brother said, it's just a bunch of cheap-ass toys. It's not like she destroyed some $200 tablet. So that's not the point. The point is that the niece is tearing up toys with her teeth. First of all, it's gross. Second of all, she just has to learn not to bite things that aren't meant for biting. Biting is for food. We don't need to be biting toys. A lesson that the parents need to teach their kids. Since this incident, I have been taking his toys away from her and not letting her play with them. Each time I tell her to leave his toys alone, she asks me why, and I tell her that she's not allowed to play with his toys since she doesn't know how to be kind to other toys. My brother's calling me an asshole, and our parents are kind of siding with my brother. I mean, I think she could also say more about, biting is bad, you can't have the toys if you're gonna bite. Like, stuff like that. Instead of just saying, you can't play with the toys because you don't know how to be kind. Because she doesn't really understand that she needs to be kind to the toys because she doesn't know what that means because she's 4. You just have to say you can't bite the toys. You can play with the toys, but you can't bite them. And if you bite them, I'll take them away. Also, her brother needs to understand that if all these toys are getting destroyed, it's gonna add up to a lot of money. And nobody wants to pay for a bunch of toys every single week because the niece keeps destroying it. If he's just gonna let it go and not teach the daughter that you can't bite toys or things that are on the floor that are disgusting, then he's gonna have to pay for the toys himself. I'm also curious, how is his wife thinking about this? What does she have to say about this? Maybe something for the next video. Okay, last story. Am I the a-hole for yelling at my boyfriend because he woke me up? I already hate when people wake me up, so. But if I'm just chilling, I'm having a great sleep, and somebody just comes in my room and starts yelling, get up, get up. It's war. My female 39, boyfriend, male 43, gets up at 5:30 a.m. for work. Ooh, that's rough, that's rough. I get up at 7 a.m. for work. Still rough. He usually turns on the light and goes about getting ready between the bedroom, bathroom, kitchen. I usually don't mind him going in and out a couple times. The bathroom that I use is connected to my parents' room. I do not turn on the light. I have like my phone light and I walk in as quiet as I can and I shut the door as quiet as I can. That's the consideration that we should be putting into this stuff. This morning he turns on the light, goes in and makes a cup of coffee, and then comes back in and asks me to move to the other side of the bed so he could relax in bed and have his coffee. Why does it matter if he's on that side or his side? In a daze, I did. About 2 minutes later, I'm pissed. Duh. I realized, why in the world am I moving so this guy can have his cup of coffee? There's a whole other kitchen he can relax and have his coffee in. There's a side of the bed that he clearly slept on and that is empty. Why did he need to move over? He got the light on, scrolling on his phone, drinking his coffee, and tapping his foot, like an ankle-shaking type nervous thing. I get up and he asks where I'm going. I say, well, either home to sleep the rest of my 1.5 hours or make some coffee, I guess. I'm guessing they don't live together. He in turn goes on about how my bad attitude has ruined his day for work. Buddy, what do you mean has ruined your day for work? Get over it. You're the one who has plenty of space to drink your coffee. As far as I know, usually when one person gets up before the other, they may turn on the light for a minute and get dressed or get their clothes for the day and turn the light back off and go into another room. It's the polite and thoughtful thing to do. He's leaving the light on while you, his girlfriend, is trying to sleep. Rude. That's just rude and inconsiderate. My mom says I'm not the asshole, but that maybe he just wanted to be next to me. So turn the light off. You can scroll and drink your coffee with the light off. Or you can not scroll and just be happy with the space of your girlfriend, like your mom stated. Am I the a-hole for snapping at my boyfriend for completely waking me up and asking me to move over and keep me awake? No. No, you are not the asshole. That's easy. He's the asshole for waking you up. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment whether or not you still want to see these types of videos. And I think my pattern will be 1 vlog a week and 1 reaction a week. Let me know if you guys like that. I feel like that would be fun, especially since there's not a lot of exciting things happening in my life yet. Guys, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye!